Houston, Texas, home of the Houston SPCA, an organization committed to preventing animal cruelty. This is cowboy country. Nearly 1 million horses live in the Lone Star State. It's Houston SPCA investigator Tricia Price's job to ensure that anyone keeping horses does so within the confines of the law.
s9e5 at 1807 Little York.
This morning, she's responding to a disturbing report of emaciated horses in a man's backyard.
The horses are supposed to be really underweight. I'm gonna go and talk to the owner, see if they're home, and find out what's going on.
When she arrives, what she sees is shocking.
Oh my God.
There are 3 horses on the property, all extremely thin and suffering with a host of problems.
Hey, we got a report on your horses. Well, they say they're really underweight.
I just bought her, so trying to put the weight back on her.
Looks like she's got an old injury on her leg.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was looking at too.
The owner says he just recently bought them, but Price is concerned that without treatment, these horses could die soon.
Get a vet out here and have her checked out.
This is my first time ever owning a horse. And then this one right here got a saddle burn.
Yeah, look at these saddle sores going on.
I found that out yesterday.
Okay, when did you get him?
I got him this month.
This month?
One of the horses has open wounds on her back. It appears to Price that the owner has no idea how to care for his animals.
Okay, you need to have the vet look at this one too. Because see, this is filled with pus, and it's gonna it needs to be pushed out. But you gotta get all this out.
Whoa,
I know, it hurts, it hurts. Bad infection going on. Let's go look at the other one back here.
Price has serious concerns for the safety of the horses, but she can't consider seizing them until the owner has had a chance to get them treated.
When did you get this one?
I had this one for like about a month and a half now.
Month and a half now? Okay.
But I really don't know too much about horses. You know,
Yeah.
I really don't.
If the owner is telling the truth, he's not directly responsible for the horse's previous neglect, but he now needs to prove to Price that he can take care of them properly.
The chances for them to go down and colic are extremely great.
It is?
Yeah. Sores like this one and his are really bad sores, and they need a vet to really look at them because they're going to need some strong antibiotics going through their system to get them past it, just to get it to start healing up.
And my kids wanted a horse, so that's the reason why I bought the horses. So, you know, that's all I could do. Is try my best to get them back healthy and right.
And just get Sylvia to fax us a copy. I'll come back tomorrow and see what's going on, but I'm going to give him maybe a couple of days to get a vet out here, because a vet is what those horses really need at this point.
When Price returns, she'll want solid proof that the horses have been seen by a vet and are receiving medical treatment. On the outskirts of the city, Houston SPCA investigator Maverick Wagner is responding to a call concerning dogs that have been locked in a backyard and left to starve.
We've got a report of 5 abandoned dogs on a property. They're in the backyard. I've posted twice 2 24-hour abandonment notices, and I haven't heard anything from anybody claiming to own the dogs. So we're on our way over to the property right now. Deputy Herrera is getting a warrant signed right now. She's going to meet me at the property.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, Deputy Herrera, what do you have here?
Your Honor, I have 5 dogs, and one of the dogs is in need of medical care. It's the one I'm worried about the most. It's a boxer puppy.
And this is a house?
Yes, sir.
I want you to pick up all animals from this property, and I want you to do it right away.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
The team doesn't know how long the dogs have been locked in the yard, but without food or water, they won't last long.
Okay, let me go ahead and post this real quick.
Armed with the warrant, the team can move in to seize the animals.
We've got 5 leashes, so hopefully they're all
Come on, let's
they're all ready to go.
What are you doing?
Hey, puppies.
What are you doing? Hey, hey.
Oh boy, all right, get him.
Come here, baby, come here. Come here,
Here.
come here. Here, puppy.
Oh, you're hungry, aren't you? You're hungry, aren't you? You're hungry,
Come
aren't
here,
you?
come here. Let me put this on you.
Abandoning animals is a criminal offense, and Wagner will do everything he can to make sure that whoever's responsible answers for their actions.
It says coffee,
Coffee?
and it says call my mom at this number.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Coffee.
we're gonna call your mom, right?
The dogs are desperate to leave the backyard,
Okay. Who's next? Who's next?
and one of them, a boxer puppy, is so thin that Wagner suspects he hasn't eaten for weeks.
All right. It's hungry.
He's given a small amount of food, but it's been so long since he's had a decent meal that the team can't give him too much too soon.
We're gonna give it to you, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, baby. You just can't overfeed them because their body will go into shock, and it could be fatal.
He's just skin and bones. He's got a possible body score of 1 out of 9, where 5's ideal. He's very emaciated.
All the dogs will be taken straight to the Houston SPCA hospital to be evaluated by the medical team.
Good.
There you go. All right, done.
All of them were ready to get out of that backyard. We had a can of dog food. They all wanted that dog food. They were all very, very hungry. We had to let one out at a time, just because they were charging the gate. They were ready to get out of there. Good.
All right.
All right, see you at the next one.
Okay.
In Northwest Houston, investigator Tricia Price is returning to the property where there were 3 emaciated horses.
On the right, near the end. The gate is open. It's not good.
Price needs to check on the horses to make sure they've received the urgent veterinary treatment they desperately needed. But when she pulls up,
Shoot. Where did he take them?
they've disappeared. The owner is nowhere in sight, but a neighbor saw what happened.
Where'd they move them to?
I don't know. They come got them moved.
They ain't back there now.
No.
If the horses haven't already been treated by a vet, it could be too late to save them. Price has to find them, and fast. In Northwest Houston, animal cruelty investigator Tricia Price is seriously concerned for the whereabouts of 3 emaciated horses.
Apparently, the horses were moved to another location that I'm looking for.
She knows that if she doesn't track them down soon, they might not make it.
They're gonna die if we don't give them some help. They're that bad. Hello?
She searches the neighborhood on foot for any sign of them. Then, after recognizing a man whom she thinks might know the owner, she calls the Harris County Sheriff's Department for backup.
Hey, they moved them. These horses need help. Okay. Bye. I'm gonna go down there and talk to him because the horses are in really bad condition and they need help. They don't need to be just thrown out somewhere and not get the care that they desperately need. So Deputy Baker is on his way, and if I can't get the truth out of him, then maybe he can.
Price has worked for the Houston SPCA for nearly 10 years, and she knows that in some situations, it pays to be direct.
The horses, where'd they move them to?
The who?
The horses down the street.
Oh, I don't know. I just come over here to fix the truck. I don't even know one. Oh, I don't know. I'm here to fix the truck.
Okay.
I don't know about no horses or nothing.
Okay.
Price needs to get information fast. She questions a woman outside the property where the owner told Price he lives.
I spoke to a fella a couple of days ago, and he said he lived over here in this house where the Suburban is, and he had 3 horses in the backyard back there. Does he live here?
No, he don't live here, but he live over here. But them horses gone.
Where'd they go?
They can't got them horses in the middle of the night. I don't know how far they took them, but they took them.
Price still has no leads.
Tell them it's real important because I'm really concerned about those horses. I'm afraid that they're very well going to die without the proper treatment.
Just as she's about to make a sweep of the area by car.
Is that our man?
I think so.
Another car pulls up. She recognizes it from her previous visit and thinks it could be the owner. But as she prepares to confront him, he drives off. All just seconds before Deputy Constable Ricky Baker arrives on the scene.
This is where they were at?
They were right down there where that guy's standing.
Yeah.
But this is where he said he lived.
Baker works for the Harris County Livestock Commission and is a longtime colleague of Price. He heads to the house where the owner claimed he resides to find out the truth.
Do you live here?
Huh?
Do you live here?
Yeah, but they're not here.
Where's he at?
I have no idea.
Got a cell phone? Contact him? I need to talk to him. Where do you move his horses to?
I have no idea. I don't know nothing about him.
The man is being evasive, and Baker can't afford to waste any more time.
You got your ID?
Who?
You got your ID?
They ain't got nothing to do with me.
You don't?
They don't.
Failure to ID to police officer? Failure to ID to a police officer?
You came to my house. That ain't
I'm
got
coming to
nothing-
your house to find
that
out.
ain't nothing to do with me.
No, it really don't.
Okay, so I'm not the person you're looking for, so me and you won't have no reason.
We're not gonna argue. We're not gonna argue,
So
okay?
why you come at me like that?
Because when you see him, tell him we'll be back.
It's difficult to know who to believe.
They're somewhere around here. Guarantee you. They're around here somewhere, so you just have to find them again.
If we can get to the horses in time, then we can help prevent them from going down. And if we don't get to them in time, then we may very well likely get a phone call saying that the horses went down and that we have to go get them up.
.6 from 19.5.
Wow.
Come here, boy.
That's a big improvement.
At the Houston SPCA shelter, the abandoned boxer puppy, rescued along with 4 other dogs by investigator Maverick Wagner, has been making great progress. Dr. Frank Schumann is happy about how much weight he's gained in such a short amount of time.
You can see what good food can do. You know, a lot of weight gain. This dog's, quickly growing. He's doing really well. He should, he might be getting put on the adoption floor pretty soon. As soon as the case is over, he's gonna make a full recovery and be a very, very happy pet for somebody. Huh. Good job.
While the medical team has been caring for the dog, Wagner has been unable to trace his owner.
In regards to one white boxer puppy, all parties interested, please come forward.
This morning, Wagner will present his case in court. Judge Dale Grzinski will need solid evidence that the dogs were abandoned in order to award them to the Houston SPCA.
How many dogs were abandoned?
There were 5. The boxer was in need of medical care, and the 5 dogs were abandoned.
Okay, continue.
The brown Shih Tzu mixed breed dog had a collar with a tag on it that reads, "My name is Coffee, please call my mom at this number." I called the number, and it was a non-working number.
And do you have photos in case the judge would like to see these
Yes,
animals?
I do have.
In
I
their
have
conditions?
photos.
I would like to see them. Oh my gosh. Ooh. You can see every bone on this one. What are you asking the court to do, ma'am?
We're asking that these animals be awarded to the Houston SPCA. Also, Your Honor, that the SPCA be awarded $2,286 for the care of these animals. And we're asking, of course, Your Honor, that these animals to be found to have been neglected, cruelly treated, abandoned, and deprived of food and water, basic necessities of life.
Okay. I do find that the animals were both abandoned and cruelly confined. I'm going to award $2,286 to be assessed against the caretaker owner of the animals. And thank you very much, all of you. That concludes this hearing.
It's great news for the team. They've won custody of the dogs and can now place them up for adoption. The boxer puppy is quickly snatched up by Barbara Mack and her family from Cypress, Texas. They've named him Cupid.
Well, we recently had lost our white boxer, and I saw Cupid on the website and fell in love. I thought he was just the perfect one to be at the house, and he has been. He's been great. We're all loving him very much.
At the Houston SPCA shelter, Deputy Constable Anna Herrera is still seeking justice for Cupid and all the other dogs abandoned in the backyard.
They were just left there. They were abandoned with nothing. The female owner called. She was very upset and advised that she had left them in the care of her ex-husband and she wanted them back. Unfortunately, that was not possible because they had already been awarded and actually they had already been adopted out. Hopefully I can get her to give me a written statement and we can move forward with the charges.
Herrera will do everything in her power to ensure the person responsible for the dog's cruel neglect is brought to justice. In Northwest Houston, there's been a remarkable breakthrough in the case of the missing emaciated horses.
Right now, I am on an adrenaline high. I can't even describe the feeling. I was almost in denial, and it's like, no, surely it's not the same one.
After responding to a call from the Houston PD about some abandoned animals, investigator Tricia Price discovered 2 of the 3 horses that went missing 3 days ago.
I'm so relieved to at least gotten 2 of the horses that we originally went out to look at. I am so excited. I think I've called everybody and told them that we found the horses.
It's clear that the horses have not received any medical treatment since Price first saw them. They're loaded onto the trailer and will head straight to the Houston SPCA hospital.
There's absolutely no water, no hay, no feed, nothing out here for them. The injuries have not been treated. Amazingly, whenever I was able to get here and I saw the horses and I walked up to them, I don't know if they really remembered me or they just felt like, oh, thank God someone's here.
Hello, this is Jeff. Yeah. Oh my God. You bring how many horses? Okay.
We'll be leaving here in just a minute and getting them to you, okay?
All right, well, I'll let my staff know. Thank you, Trish. All right, bye-bye.
Price still has major concerns for the whereabouts of the 3rd missing horse, but at least she can now get the other 2 the help they desperately need.
We loaded them up, and now we're going to get them back to the shelter and see what we can do to try to get them back to good health.
It's just minutes to the shelter, and when they arrive, equine manager Jeff Anderson is standing by to provide emergency treatment.
Goodness gracious, look at all this, man. Whoa, Mama.
Hang on, buddy.
We have some hay or something so she's not eating the stuff off the ground. She's like starving. Right now, the horses are so hungry, they're just eating the little pieces of hay that they can find on the ground because they haven't had anything. So Jeff got them some hay and they're going to be extremely happy now. Something they probably haven't had in a very long time.
Houston SPCA vet Dr. Frank Schumann is amazed that the horses are still standing.
They've been malnourished and not fed a whole lot for the last at least 6, 7, if not longer, months.
The horses are in pain and will need medicating before the team can begin treating them. first, their wounds are flushed out.
This is ridiculous. This is by far the worst saddle sore that I've seen.
Now, Dr. Schumann can see exactly what he's dealing with.
This is, weeks old. You can see how big it is. It's right on the point of the horse we call the withers, right where their shoulders come up. Yeah, it's painful. She's got a tough battle to go right now. This is gonna be months to get her to a point where we'll know definitively if she's gonna make it or not. At least a month or so. We're gonna do our best, and she seems to have the will to do it. So we'll try.
The medical evaluation will form part of the evidence in the case against the horse's owner. A custody hearing will take place in a few days.
She and her partner are about as skinny as horses can get before they go down and don't get back up. For somebody to be able to watch this and not, realize that it's wrong and that, they should be doing something about it, it baffles me.
In one of the stalls, the other horse goes down.
She's been extremely weak and in somewhat pain. But we might have to transport her to a specialty clinic and have her evaluated there. So we're going to evaluate her, and we're going to keep watch, 24-hour watch on her, and hopefully, hopefully she'll get through it.
Animal cruelty investigator Debbie Michelson has been assigned to a neglect case involving several dogs. She's on her way to the Huffman district of Harris County, where there's a report of an owner who's nearly killing all of her animals with kindness.
I mean, everybody tells you that, oh, I love animals so much that if I won the lottery, I'd run a rescue and save hundreds and hundreds of dogs. And next thing you know, they've got, 10 puppies, and then they've got 10 more dogs that people dropped off. And it's so easily becomes overwhelming. Very quickly, the numbers can climb and climb and climb. It becomes something they have to do. They have to save them. They have to save them all. And unfortunately, the more and more animals they get, the more and more costs come up, and the less and less care they usually get.
Concerned residents have contacted the Houston SPCA, claiming that the property is becoming overrun with dogs. When Michelson arrives, it's clear that the reports are accurate.
I can see the crates of dogs. I can see dogs back here. Of course, the ones that are loose will run around through here. I'm going to take a quick look around, see what I can see, and then see if we can make contact with them. Well, what's going on, little ones? Okay, no food for you either, huh? No food at all. I can see at least about 15 dogs out here. There's probably a good 5 or 6 running around, and I'm not sure what else is back further in. This is one of the dogs, just matted. Pretty friendly.
Michelson counts a total of 18 dogs on the property, many of them underweight, and their living conditions are appalling. She may need to contact the police to obtain a warrant to seize the animals. She calls the constable's office.
Oh, hey, how's it going? I have a property where she has a lot of dogs she supposedly rescues. There's no water. There's not an ounce of food in any of the pens. There's feces covering it. Some of the dogs are so really, really severely matted. There's just tons of feces all over the place. Some of them are not in really great shape.
Michelson arranges for the deputy to meet her at the scene. But then, the owner's husband appears, and she decides to confront him.
So, are you taking care of all the dogs?
Yeah.
How many you got out here now?
I think there's 13.
I need to take a look at the conditions. Their water up here is completely frozen, and the bowls are black. So, see, so how are they supposed to get any water? So when were you last out here to feed them?
I feel it was that 4 or 5 days ago.
Not one of these feeders has any food at all in it. This is all feces all through here, all over the bottoms. Your pens all have to be cleaned. Look at this, this is disgusting. You have animals that are so matted that they're having a hard time walking. So.
The man explains that his wife took the dogs in, but that she's been seriously ill since having a stroke more than a year ago. He admits he's been struggling to cope, and Michelson realizes he's overwhelmed and needs help.
Due to the whole situation of taking care of a bedridden person, if that's what this case is, they just don't have time for the animals, and the animals kind of are lost in the background. See if we can work with him. I know he's been in a rough situation, a lot of stuff going on, and so if we can work with him and as long as we make it appropriate for the animals and their conditions, then we'll do that. These dogs could be sitting on somebody's couch, sitting in front of their fireplace, you know, playing with a little kid.
By the time Deputy David Green from the constable's office arrives, the man has agreed to surrender some of the dogs to the Houston SPCA.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on how many? All of these out here or what? Everyone out here? Okay, want to see if we can get the larger ones first so that we can use the bigger crates?
Sure.
Come here, Singapore! Total of 18 dogs. Okay, basically this is saying that you agree to sign the animals over. They become our property. We can do what we feel is necessary for them. Signing this just says basically you give them over to us. Thank you for working with us, and we'll take them, and they'll be taken care of. Okay, and I hope everything goes okay for y'all.
The dogs will be taken to the Houston SPCA hospital, where the medical team is standing by to treat them. Houston SPCA animal cruelty investigator Tricia Price is returning to the property where she rescued 2 of 3 missing emaciated horses. So far, she's been unable to trace their owner. But she's learned that the property actually belongs to the man who sold them the horses. She's hoping he might have information on the 3rd missing horse, as well as the owner's whereabouts.
When did you sell it to him?
I sold it to him about 2 months ago.
Really?
Went down that fast?
That fast.
Didn't have that sore on it like that?
I'm talking about she was perfect. I'm talking about perfect. And he just let her go.
That's a shame.
The man says he doesn't know where the owner is, so they ask him about the horse that's still missing.
Any idea where it's at? Would you tell us if you did?
Well, that's really not my business, but I really don't know where it's at.
Is it around here?
No, I don't think so. As far as I can. I don't know nothing about their horses, man.
The team feels that it might already be too late for the 3rd missing horse.
That one was bad. You gotta give us some information.
I'm serious. I don't know where it's at.
The man is reluctant to give them any information. But just after he leaves...
Is that our horse?
He said he wasn't here, though. It's got pus on it. Oh, my God, Baker, this is it. This is it. This is it. That's it. Oh, my God. Found horse number 3. Yep.
While the police arrange for a seizure warrant, Price radios back to base to send a trailer to the property.
They're getting the warrant because the guy's been lying to us again. Another guy where this horse has been at, this property, he was trying to get us off the property and send us somewhere else.
After nearly giving up hope on the 3rd horse, Price is stunned by their discovery and is struggling to understand why someone would try to keep the horse hidden from him.
I do believe he knew it was back here, unlike what he was saying. They did pretty good with hiding it, but right now I'm pretty excited because the horse needs care, and it's going to get what it greatly needs. So I'm happy.
The truck arrives, but the horse is so weak it needs help getting onto the trailer.
You can do it. There you go.
With the horse secure, Price will work with the sheriff's office to determine whether criminal charges can be brought against the owner.
If we can go criminal on them, then we can take it to the court there and show the jury there what this person has done to these horses and why he didn't deserve to keep them or have any more.
At the Houston SPCA stables, the medical team is waiting for the horse to arrive. They've decided to name him Hermes. He's scared, and Dr. Frank Schumann needs to work gently to keep him calm.
Yeah, back to be with your friends?
Just like his companions, he's suffering with deep wounds on his back. They become infected, creating a large abscess.
It's really painful. If you even act like you're going to touch it, he gets really uncomfortable with that.
Dr. Schumann is worried that infection could be spreading throughout Hermes' body. If it starts to affect his internal organs, it could be fatal. He needs to take immediate action.
I'm going to lance the abscess and drain all that pus out of it so it won't build up, it won't be painful, and then also, so it doesn't go systemically within the horse and cause, to become very sick.
Piercing the abscess will be a painful process. Hermes is sedated and then led outside where there's room for the team to work safely.
Might want to step back, just in case.
By giving Hermes plenty of space, there's less of a chance of anyone getting hurt if he decides to bolt.
Come on, buddy. He's thinking about it. God, that must be painful. Easy. Oh.
Dr. Schumann punctures the abscess, allows it to drain, and then attaches a tube to siphon off any remaining fluid.
It's going to keep it open, so all this pus that's flowing in, that's in there, it's going to drain out. So we're using gravity to help drain that abscess.
It's looking much better.
Hermes is out of the woods for now, but he's very weak, and the future for all three horses still hangs in the balance. Investigator Price wants justice.
What was done to them was extremely cruel, and they didn't deserve this. They didn't deserve to be treated the way they were treated and not fed and used the way they were used without any kind of care. And I'm hopeful that we can go after this guy and get criminal charges pressed on him.
Next, the Houston SPCA takes the owner of the three emaciated horses to court.
Them riding these horses while they were in that condition was horrible. I mean, it's wrong.
And the judge states that the case may go criminal.
If they decide to pursue criminal charges, then it will be in a higher court on another day.
At the Houston SPCA hospital, investigator Debbie Michelson arrives with the 18 dogs that were signed over by their owner in Harris County. The dogs have been without food or water for days, and some are suffering from long-term neglect. One dog, the team's named Snoopy, appears to have an enlarged abdomen, and Dr. Cheryl Hoggart is concerned that he could have internal problems.
The abdomen itself is bothersome to me because it is so distended, and I wonder if he's got something going on. We're going to go ahead and do initial blood work, and if anything indicates a medical condition going on, we'll definitely explore further. If everything comes back normal and we can get this abdominal distension resolved, I think he's going to be able to go out onto the adoption floor pretty quickly, and I know he's going to be a super sweet pet for somebody. He sure is sweet.
Cruelty investigator Tricia Price arrives at the Harris County Courthouse for the custody hearing on the three emaciated horses that went missing. It's been one of her most difficult cases yet.
It'd be nice if the guy shows up. I don't see it happening, but it would be nice.
Incredibly, after disappearing for weeks during the investigation, the horse's owner has turned up to fight for custody of the animals. Price wants to see him pay for his actions, but for now, her priority is the safety of the horses. She decides to strike a deal to ensure the Houston SPCA retains custody.
You have all been in conversation back in our jury room to talk about this case and see if we could work it out before trial. And it's my understanding you were able to work it out and that you do have the basis for an agreement. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, tell me what you were able to work out.
This gentleman is voluntarily giving possession and ownership to the SPCA.
Okay.
He waives his right to appeal this case. And the SPCA has agreed to waive collection of the fees for the treatment of the horse.
Judge Dale Grzynski is happy to accept the agreement. But first, he wants to see the condition of the animals for himself.
All right, this is the sorrel mare. She has problems with her back leg.
This is the better one?
Yes, sir.
I'm a little concerned to see the worst one.
Yes, sir.
Is this life-threatening or no?
It can be, yes, sir. If it's not treated, left untreated, it can get into the blood system.
Judge Grzynski is shocked by the photos, and his summing up leaves the owner in no doubt about his thoughts on the case.
It sounds like to get out from under the situation, it's not a bad deal, to be honest with you. You're losing your horses, but you're also losing a $3,760 bill. Just so everybody's clear, this proceeding is a civil proceeding. If they decide to pursue criminal charges, then it will be in a higher court on another day.
Investigator Price has every intention of doing just that.
I don't think they realized the condition that they had really put these horses in. Not just the lack of food, but also them riding these horses while they were in that condition was horrible. I mean, it's wrong.
Price will now work with the sheriff's office to determine whether criminal charges can be brought against the owner. If they can, he could face a heavy fine and possible jail time. Less than 5 miles away from the Houston SPCA shelter, there's good news for Snoopy, one of the dogs rescued after his owner became too sick to care for him. After receiving a clean bill of health from the medical team, he's found a new home with Dolores Lorenzo. She's renamed him Max.
It was just love at first sight, I guess. Max is very, very, very loyal to me, and he's very, very sweet. He'll cuddle with me every night. He does not want to sleep by himself.
Max has only been with Dolores for a month, but the two have already formed a strong bond.
I take him on doggy play dates a lot, not only with my friends' dogs, but also my coworkers. He goes everywhere with me, and he loves me just like I love him, I guess, now. He knows who his mama is. Come on, Max.
In Richmond, Texas, Hermes and Aries, two of the 3 severely neglected horses rescued by investigator Tricia Price, are settling into their new home. Danza Martin and her family have enjoyed watching them get comfortable in their new surroundings. After all they've been through, she's glad to offer them a better life.
There was just something about her. She looked at me and I looked at her and she came over and did her little, like hello to me, and I was like, oh, love, first sight. And then I went inside the barn and was kind of looking around, and I saw Hermes and saw how beautiful he was, and there just something struck me about him. I just decided, just like spur of the moment, I want him to.
Horses are beautiful animals. I mean, they're really graceful, and we had all this land, so it just seemed like the right thing to do.
The horses still bear the scars of their past, and it'll be several months before they can be ridden again.
It is kind of sad. You just look into their eyes and you wonder, what have you been through? That saddle rubbing against that the whole time, I just can't imagine. It's pitiful.
The horses now have a second chance. Dan's daughter, Aubrey, will give them all the love, attention, and carrots they'll ever need.
I love having them here. So I just come out here and play with her. And they're not just animals, they're like our family.